Hot 6. It's the only way to have 6. In the upper left, in the red, we have
Flair's MMA.
Meanwhile, in the bottom right starting location, the underdog, can he come back? He is
Liquid Zenio.
Zenio.
Well, MMA going to throw racks down right there. Probably float it outside so he can rally his Marines down a little bit quicker. Where will he go from there? Will he get a gas and go Hellions? Will he go for a quick expansion? We'll see.
And you can see right now, based off all the games we've seen, because MMA has refused to play a normal game today.
Yeah.
Every game is a little bit out there, a little bit crazy. Zenio, respecting that, goes ahead and scouts around, says, all right, is there any barracks out here?
It's a good thing to scout for.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, Artos, is MMA is a intimidator.
He is an intimidator. There's no question about that.
Yeah. He is intimidating. He's an intimidating guy.
And Zenio is intimidated.
Yeah, intimidated.
Intimidated?
Would it be?
Intimidated.
No, I think you could just say intimidated.
You could probably say either, I think.
Yeah.
If you can make things up, I can too.
Over here at the bottom, we see that the win rate here on Belshire Beach for MMA is pretty damn good. I mean, 7-3, considering this is a map that Zergs really like, that's a pretty freaking good record.
Well, that's what happens when you're one of the best players in the world. You play people and you beat them.
You intimidate them?
Yeah, man.
And then you beat them.
He's like Tasteless in the GSL, man. He's taking their GSL points.
Yeah. I'm taking nerd points.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about when I get on the ladder, Artosis, is like, these nerds.
Yeah.
I mean, these nerds have families, Artosis.
They do, some of them.
I mean, but these nerds, you know, they get on the ladder at the same time as Artosis, these nerds are going to get hurt.
Some
nerds will get hurt. Man. It's a sad thing.
You need to actually tweet when you're going to ladder so that BattleNet has time to clear out.
I know. What they need when I ladder Artosis is like air raid sirens that play all throughout Korea. So when I'm on the ladder, nerds just know to turn off their computers and hide under a table.
That's actually exactly what they should do.
That's what they should do, but they don't want to use their tax
I think
money
that's
on that. Nice placement with the command center, just outside vision of the Overlord.
Yeah, that is really cute. Look at MMA, just doing every little tiny thing to get ahead.
It's these little things about MMA.
Yeah.
I mean, his strategies are brilliant, but it's like he's done 100 little things in the game that give
other
him the
people
edge.
aren't doing.
Yeah.
Other people won't. They'll just be like, oh yeah, I'll just make the command center underneath that Overlord, whatever he's going to know anyways. Nope. MMA's like, now there is some doubt in his mind as to what's going on.
Oh, you're shooting me in the tentacles.
I hate being shot in the tentacles.
Yeah, me too. That looks like, you know, the spot where that Overlord was, that looks like a good place to snowboard, Artosis. Looks like a snow half-pipe.
It looks pretty deadly, Tastes.
Yeah.
I want you to be careful. Wear a helmet.
Now, we have a spine crawler coming up here.
By the way, Blue Flame is on the way. And
oh, I didn't even notice.
That tells me that he is going to hit some sort of cool timing. Look at that. Throws down some more barracks. I think we might just see a Blue Flame Hellion Marine timing or something like that. I'm interested to see exactly what it's going to be. And in fact, that Overlord did see the command center finally.
Pretty gutsy move there by Zenio, but Zenio had to check.
Yeah.
He had to look at that. And you know what? It was worth it to lose the Overlord.
And what, you know, we were talking about this before. MMA does every little thing, and one of those little things this game was build that command center out of range. Zenio didn't know what was going on. He overproduced units just slightly, made that additional spine crawler a little bit earlier on, and then lost an Overlord. So all this little tiny thing that MMA did different than other Terrans, now suddenly Zenio is a little bit further behind because of it. Because Zenio's trying to play correctly. And, you know, he's got to scout it. He's got to know.
And we can think of that Zenio lost to the Karn build earlier, a variation of it. The fact that he's showing Hellions with Blue Flame right away is really smart. Because Zenio's going, oh man, are you going to do that Thor Hellion thing again?
Yeah, and he's not, is the thing. He's not. Yeah. He's got 3 barracks. Might just go for a Blue Flame Hellion drop or maybe a medevac with his Marines and Blue Flame Hellions. But whatever he does here, it's going to be a little bit scary. Zenio, I don't know if he's going to be ready for it. Blue Flame Hellions kill Zergling's pretty dead.
The Hellions are going back and forth right now, just making sure that there is nothing ground-based on the map. Now, in that amount of time, Zenio did push his creep out a little bit. That was a good move there by Zenio.
Yeah. By the way, Zenio just did something beautiful, and I don't know if we're going to even show it, but he laid his creep tumor at the top of his main base.
Oh, so he can push it out.
Yeah, and that's just, it's like so smart, because against any drops, he's going to need creep up there, and that's going to provide vision and a different location to push creep out of. Just everything about it screams intelligence.
That's another example of these little things you do to win.
That's the curse of me, Tasteless. When I see something like that, in my ear I hear, intelligence! And I'm like, oh, I have to tell people about this so it stops.
Yeah, man.
That's why I won't shut up.
Yeah, man. I'm so glad you have voices in the side of your head, man.
Yeah, me too. All right, so the drop is occurring, Tasteless. There are some Banelings out already, as well as...
Oh, getting a little sloppy there with the drop. Didn't get those Hellions quite out in time.
All right, the Blue Flame Hellions are out. He's going to have to micro these quite hardly. And in come the Banelings. Oh, not handled well by MMA. Not handled well at all.
He's going to lose the medevac.
That's right. 4 queens, but he micros it back very well.
He should get that queen and try to get out if he can.
Yeah, just send the Baneling up and... Oh, can he get it? He does. Perfect hold by Zenio.
Zenio's in such a good position right now.
Yeah, that was very well done.
That was really well done.
No question about it. All right, so, you know, MMA did not quite micro-right against the initial Banelings. That hurt everything badly enough for that all to snowball out of his control. But, you know, looking back at MMA's base, he's got a wall up that's pretty nice. You know, he's making another command center. He's not in a position that he cannot come back from. MMA is definitely a player that has the heart to stay in and fight to come back after something like that. And in fact, somehow, someway, he is ahead in supply. I'll never understand ththings like this. But it's 78 to 73. Zenio taking his third base just now.
All right, so the third base is on the way. Note, MMA did not stop dropping. He didn't even stop, drop, and roll. He won't even stop, drop, and roll if he's on fire, Artosis.
No, he will not. And this, will he be able to save this hatchery? If he doesn't, that's kind of a big deal. Great positioning.
Yeah, really nice.
Ready to hit those marine. Oh, man, that's... And all those circles will...
Oh, my God, look at this control.
Yeah.
Oh, and after he's done the optimal amount of damage, he picks up and leaves.
Yeah, the Banelings scared him, or he could have killed off the rest of the Zerglings, likely, with some Blue Flame Micro. But we do have some mutas on the way by Zenio. It looks like he's going to stabilize.
Now we have the Spire. With the Spire done, a +1 air attack on the way. The story for MMA right now is he's going to go ahead and expand to the third. MMA is still very scary presence on the map, but I do want to commend Zenio for having a really good creep spread.
By the way, Zenio has Baneling speed, and he has 6 mutas about to pop out. So this attack, if he deals with it right, he will crush that attack by MMA, and Zenio will get into an even better spot, especially with his 4th base about to hatch, before his 3rd is even droned. And here he goes! Oh, taking a huge hit there. And it looks like, does he in fact have enough?
It'll come to whether or not they can kill these Marines over here.
Oh, man.
And he can't. I think he's actually going to...
Oh, nope. Barely going to do it.
Barely. Excuse me. He barely will hold this off.
Almost went badly, but it just went greatly.
Greatly. You are so articulate, Artosis.
I know it, right?
We should call you Articulosis. Now, MMA is not giving up on the pressure. And
nice. Huge catch. Killing off 1 muta, greatly injuring another. That is not the position Zenio wants to be in right now, but he is morphing some Banelings. He has a good creep spread. He has the 4 bases ready. He's just got to drone them up.
Now, as you can see, the hatchery's still at half health. MMA, again, just not hesitating to be aggressive. He's moving out on the map. He's got to be careful because Zenio's being pretty vigilant right now. Muta count not out of control right now, but it could be getting there pretty soon.
Yeah, you know, Zenio right now has a good amount of drones. He's up at 74 to 58 SCVs. He's got the 4 bases. His Muta count will continue to grow, I do believe. And his upgrades are going too. So everything's looking all right for him still, as long as he keeps holding off attacks.
All right, here we go. He's going for the 4th base right now. Really defended in time. You can see MMA backing up.
Yeah, man, draws all the units and then drops in the main. Beautiful job by MMA there, really tricking Zenio out. And now Zenio going to take a lot of damage.
Zenio on the run right now. Meanwhile, drone's taking some heavy hits. He could potentially attack the Spire. Zenio having to defend 2 places at once and being unable, to defend either.
The multitasking of MMA strikes once again, and he's almost losing a lot of stuff. Not quite. And MMA just keeps on getting out of there, man. He just keeps fighting back. Zenio having a very hard time against this. You know, he needs to respread his overlords. That early Viking we saw from MMA paying huge dividends in the form of that drop that we just saw in the main base.
Yeah. All right, now you can see MMA looping back around the map. None of his attacks have won yet, but they have bruised Zenio pretty badly. And looks like we might have a counterattack over here. The Mutas, the Lings, the Banelings moving up. Will they go up or will they go to the left? He cannot go up.
Oh, he's going for this natural right now, but units are coming back. In the meantime,
Banelings.
There is a big counterattack going on, and it looks like he will easily take out that base of Zenio. Unfortunately, that has a lot of drones at it, which he does not want to lose right now.
Looks like he's just barely going to drive out this attack over here of Zenio's. Meanwhile, the Marines and Hellions can actually move on towards the main.
Well, it looks like, the Muta's dying off. MMA continues his attack and just shows why this guy is so good and so loved. The skill is just overwhelming, and Zenio is feeling it. This is what it looks like when one of the best in the world plays someone that's Code S. But, you know, it's not like Nest T, it's not DRG, it's not Lenok. So, I mean, how are you going to play against MMA if you're not one of those guys?
Yeah, I mean, the truth is that Zenio, at this point in time, compared to MMA, Zenio is just another Code S player. He's some guy who's fighting to stay in Code S, fighting to stay alive. And
against someone that's fighting to win the next, to win the GSL.
To win this GSL, absolutely.
Possible winner this season.
No, I could definitely see it the way he's playing right now.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful play, because the thing is, Zenio is really good, but MMA picks him apart everywhere. It's insanity.
As you can see, we have the Mutas now moving out. He's got a snap repair on that turret. Will you do it in time? He is just barely going to lose that turret.
Muta's really investing in this. And
here's the thing. I mean, he's going to lose that, what was the 4th base, now the 3rd base. I'm talking about this base.
Yeah. And as he loses that, man, he goes down to 2 base against MMA's soon-to-be 4 base. And 4 against 2 when it's Zerg against Terran. Ouch.
Yeah, that's when you know you're being really outclassed. Basically, the only thing Zenio has going for him is these Mutas that are flying around the map trying to do all the damage they possibly can.
Yeah. And, well, the Muta's doing a good job at that 3rd base of MMA, but he does have his 4th up now, and he's starting to protect it. Now coming back to save that one. And now MMA has officially stabilized on a ton of bases.
Dropped in the main now, taking out some more drones. He couldn't even get the Spire here, which would be huge, because that's the only, that's the one staple that's keeping Zenio together. Going for the Queen. Another attack over here at this expansion that's basically naked.
Oh man,
excuse me, that's a planetary.
Wow, the planetary took quite a while to actually morph in.
Spire getting weaker now, getting much weaker. And it looks like he'll just barely set the Spire, and the 3rd base goes on. This may be GG here. Let's see if Zenio can hold up this attack.
How will the Banelings do? Oh, the tank's actually targeting a little bit incorrectly there, but do take them out anyways. And with those 2-2 Marines, now 3-2 in the midst of battle. Upgrade completing. It looks like, you know, Zenio's not long for this world, where you have a 30 supply lead or so for MMA, and he is just charging forward.
All right. So I think that's it, guys. I think that's the end. I mean, there are too many Marines out here. Every engagement, Zenio loses, and there's just not enough bases. I mean, they're in opposite positions. Basically, the Terran player, MMA, is in the position the Zerg player would ideally be in, where the Terran has more bases. The Terran's the one harassing. Instead, he just steamrolled him. GG. Very, very well played by MMA.
That is right. MMA
he made this look
advances.
easy.
Yeah, he made this group look just nowhere near his level.
He's like Code S, I'm in Code Slayers.
Ooh. Which is almost what this season was, maybe some of the Slayers players. But you know what? Zenio still has a decent shot of getting out. I actually put him to finish probably 3rd in the group, because I think Gumiho's like really a monster. But he definitely has the potential to take out Gumiho.
Yeah.
It's MMA is the one that's actually like twice as good as everyone in the group.
No, I agree 100% with your analysis of that, Artosis. This is a situation where, I think it's him getting third. It's anybody's game, though, at this point in time.
We're going to have to see, man. Yu-Gi-Oh, he didn't play that well against Zenio, but
sometimes
I saw in it was like, okay, this guy actually, he puts out good games. So he against Gumiho should be pretty good. We're going to have to see how that goes. And Zenio, if he does play Yu-Gi-Oh again, I felt like Yu-Gi-Oh had potential in those games to win. But, of course, he ended up losing. So this is realistically all three of them. Anyone could win here and get second place in the group.
Yeah. No, it's a situation where, I think anybody can get out, but I don't know. Gumiho did not look good in the first game. He seems to have nerve issues.
Yeah,
I don't want to psychoanalyze too much because I hate it when people do that.
I think Gumiho does have some nerve issues.
When I see him before the game in the booth, he looks to me nervous. When I see him when the game's done, if he's lost, he seems upset. So we'll see if he can master that or overcoming that. We're going to have a 5-minute break, and when we come back, we're going to have Gumiho against Yu-Gi-Oh! Here at the GSL Code S.